Hi, I'm Jo, and this is a little library haul. I ran into the library one night, and of course I could not leave without getting any books. And most of these I've read, and they are due back soon. So I thought I would do a very short video and sort of really little mini reviews. So first of all, I got Mindy Kaling, Is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me, and Other Concerns. And I love Mindy. I love the Mindy Project. I love Mindy on The Office. And this book is laugh out loud funny. It's just... I loved it. I loved it. I wish that I had been able to find it on audio so I could listen to her read the book, but I couldn't, and I just couldn't wait for it on hold. Next, I have Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore by Robin Sloan. This book I had very high hopes and expectations for, and it was a good book, but I thought that it sort of dragged a bit in the middle. I was just kind of getting impatient, like, come on, what's happening? Why isn't anything happening? But this is the story of a man who lives in San Francisco, and he needs a job, and he takes this job working at this odd bookstore that is open 24 hours. He works the night shift, and there are actually very few books that are actually for sale. It's mostly these huge stories high shelves of books. And when he finally gets the courage to peek inside, it's just not, it's not words, it's like code. And then he sets about trying to figure out what's going on, and these people will come in, like sort of eccentric. These eccentric people come in and they will return a book, and then they will say, I need this one, and then he will give him the other book, and it's like a library more like. And so he sets out trying to figure out what's going on with this bookstore. It was a good book. I don't regret reading it. Just know that it has some little slow parts. Then I have Judi Dench, Behind the Scenes with Judi Dench. So I was really excited because I love Judi Dench, and this is a very nice book. It was in the new releases. So I grabbed it, and it's not really a biography. It's more of a photo album of all of her work. So there's not really much reading, so I went through this in a couple hours, but it has lots of gorgeous pictures from all of the plays and projects she worked on. Here are wedding pictures, and this was just a gorgeous book. It was lovely. It's not an autobiography or a biography though, so if you actually want to read more about Judi Dench's life, I don't recommend this. This is more like a nice companion to a biography if you want to see her work. So I enjoyed it, and it was a nice read. There are all sorts of pictures. It's just gorgeous pictures. So very lovely book. Dame Judi Dench, who doesn't love her? Then I picked up The Secret Diary of Lizzie Bennet. This is the book that goes with the Lizzie Bennet Diaries web series by Pemberley Digital. I actually decided not to read this. I watched all of the Lizzie Bennet Diaries. I supported the Kickstarter for that actually, so I own all of the DVDs, and I remember it too well right now. So I just knew too much what was going to happen. And lastly, and so it goes, Kurt Vonnegut, A Life. This is a biography by Charles J. Shields. He is the New York Times bestselling author of Mockingbird, A Portrait of Harper Lee. I'm not done with this book, but it's part of my library haul, so I wanted to include it in the video. This is a nice biography of Kurt Vonnegut. Apparently, Charles J. Shields was contacted by Kurt Vonnegut shortly before he passed away, and he was contracted to write Kurt Vonnegut's biography. But then Kurt Vonnegut passed away. The biographer actually left Kurt Vonnegut's house, and later that day Kurt Vonnegut fell down the stairs, which is eventually why he died. So things were not really started, but he did have a lot of information, and the estate of Kurt Vonnegut decided they did not want him to write a biography of Kurt Vonnegut. They later contracted another person, and then they discharged that person. So I'm not really sure exactly what was going on with the estate, but he decided to go ahead and write this biography. I was not sure if I wanted to read it once I found out that it's basically an unauthorized biography, but I decided to go ahead and read it anyway. There are several footnotes, so it's a lot of fact because he has all these letters to back up the information that he knows. Like this orange thing right here, all of that are footnotes. So if there is something that is said in the book, like an actual like direct quote or something, it has a footnote, and you go back here and it will tell you what letter or what interview or whatever that the author found that quote in. So it appears to be very thorough, very researched. So I decided to just go ahead and read it, and I'm enjoying it so far. My trips to the library are a lot like that game show, Supermarket Sweep, where they have to go in and they like don't have very much time and they're just like grabbing stuff. Because I'm usually picking my son up from the library and he already has the stuff and he's like, okay, let's go. Or one day we went in and it was like 10 minutes until they closed. So I just run around grabbing books off of shelves and displays. Mostly it's displays and whatever. So anyway, let me know what you got at your library recently. If you've read any of these and would like to discuss them, I would love to. Comment down below and I will talk to you later. Bye.